Hi, welcome to Gear Me Out. This is episode 3. My name is Fauz. Let's get into it. This week we feature a DJ controller. DJ controllers are very strange to me because at one point in time I could have sworn I'd never want to own one because the build quality was a bit different. I think Vestax used to come with like some of the best, and then everything went south from there. But of late, they've actually incorporated stuff I've always wanted: revolving platters and battle style layouts. And this week, we finally get to feature someone with a controller I've been dying to actually see, touch, get my hands on, and get a feel. We got the homie VDJ Jayesh about to break it down on his kit selection, and why he moved from what he had to what he has right now. Let's get it going.
What's up, people? I go by the name of VDJ Jayesh. That's for Video DJ Jayesh. I've been in the DJ industry for over 26 years. Video mixing over 12 years. Something I'm truly passionate about. Big in the mobile game, big in the corporate game, club scene as well. Music is what I eat, breathe, and sleep. I try and focus a lot of time on practicing. And try and inspire other people and touch other people by what I do. That's basically me in a nutshell. So, beginning of my journey, I really didn't have funds to buy gear. I started off with a little CD player, also with tape decks. I used to actually remove the covers of the tape decks and actually pitch up and down on the reels to make them blend together. I started doing gigs for friends and family, and they started pushing me out. I started getting more gigs, managed to save up some money and got my first set of SL1200s. That was my pride and joy. Coming from the SL1200s, I've been using those for so many years. I've loved them. But then lugging that to gigs, it's a bit of a mission, especially for a one-man show. And which brings me to this baby over here, the Rain 1. That's the reason why I've invested in, well, I didn't actually invest in this. This was a gift from my beautiful wife. She knows I'm a huge Rain fan. She knows I love turntables. She knows I love turntablism. And with her support, I've managed to get this device, which now I gig at almost every event that I go to. One thing I can say is that it's portable. Coming from the SL1200, what's beautiful about this machine is that it's got a high and low torque setting. If you're familiar with the torque settings of an SL1200, by a flick of a button, you got the torque setting of a 1200. If you're a guy that's also had the super OEM turntables like your straight 150s, switch it to high torque and you've actually got a really high torque platter. It's super responsive. Another thing I always look at when I get gear is the crossfader. Big into the scratching. Sharpness of the crossfader is very, very important to me. The Rain one really delivers. It's got the Mag 4. The cuts are super sharp. Disclaimer, I'm not the best scratcher out there, but it's pretty sharp. Pad layout for me, I know a lot of DJs prefer the battle style pads like your S9, etc. For me, I'm at home with this because with my SL1200s, I have had dices on there. And, you know, with muscle memory, you go for the dicer cues right at the bottom. This for me was perfect. Your cue pads are right over here. You've got obviously your loop roll. Sampler. Slicer. It's also got scratch bank effects. One drawback is, I know, which a lot of people do complain about, there's no hardware effects. However, for me, the Serato integrated effects work perfectly. If you layer a few of them, you definitely get a good sound out of it. So I've actually layered 2 right now, and if I echo this out, so yeah, that's the Rain one. Another great thing about the Rain one is it's got great outputs, all balanced outputs, XLR. It's got 2 mic inputs. There's no mic hardware effects, unfortunately. I know for some that's an issue. For me, not really. I don't use echo on the mic and things like that. But overall, it's built like a tank. It's all metal construction. The platters feel exactly like, well, they are really turntable platters, as you can see. The torque is amazing. It's got built-in filters. The pedals, compared to your Pioneer S9 products, these feel a lot more solid. They're not as plasticky as your Pioneer products. They do serve the same purpose though. And as for cue drift, I can assure you that what's amazing about this controller is there is almost 0 cue drift. So if I cue drift out at 12 o'clock, and if I go right to the back, it's still exactly at 12 o'clock. So there's absolutely no Q1 drift, which I love about it. So for juggling, the guys that juggle, this is it. Crossfader wise, it's pretty razor sharp. Oh yeah, the Mag 4. So it is tension adjustable. However, you have to remove the cover. There's a little screw over there, and you can loosen or tighten the tension of the crossfader. Other than that, it's got everything built in. You've got your needle search over here. Hot cues. Scrolling, that's up here. So if you want to load a track, the just basically scroll through here, tap the button, it loads. You've also got turntable style start stop, so you've got instant stop and start. So turn this up a bit and you get a bit of a lag. It's your turntable break. I normally keep it somewhere around here. Give it that real turntable kind of sound. And yeah, this is my go-to unit. I've gigged with this at corporates, at birthday parties, at club gigs. 8 hours flawless, no issues. The mic sounds really good on it as well. One drawback is that in a loud environment, the headphone jack doesn't seem to do too well, so it doesn't have a good headphone amplifier. That's one snag. So yeah, you need a good pair of headphones that are quite loud. Other than that, for me, it's brilliant. It's served every purpose that I require it for. So going forward, I always mention this on my streams as well, is my dream setup is the Range 12s with the 8-track 72. So that's what I'm building up for next. Obviously I do these customized desks as well, and my next thing once I get that setup is to do the top for that one. I'm a huge Range fan. I love the faders, I love the build quality, and the Range 12s, Range 72, that's my next setup, that's my dream setup. That's what's coming next. That's what's coming next. Anyone that's looking to get into DJing, I would say, number one, know your music. It's not just the gear, it's what you're capable of doing. The more you practice, the more you know your music, learn to read an audience. That's your trump card. If you can read an audience, it doesn't matter the gear you're using. Try and upskill yourself. Build a music collection, know your music, and learn to know the audience. If you can read a crowd, it doesn't matter what gear is put in front of you, you'll be able to rock a party. In the beginning, if you're doing it for the money, if you're doing it for the ladies, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Do it for the love of the music, and like I said, learn to read an audience and a crowd, and just find your niche and go for it. So, yeah, you can catch me on Twitch every Monday. I do a show called Throwback Mondays, hosted by a good man called DJ Sir D in the US, consisting of a whole lot of international DJs, Technician the DJ being one of them, DJ Odie Rock being another one of them. I'm super honored to be part of that lineup. That's 3 p.m. South African time every Monday. That's when I stream. I'm also part of the Video DJs United crew. We do a once-a-month stream where we only do music videos. Residencies, you can catch me at Jolly Cools in Melville. I'm there on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. At regular intervals, I'm at News Cafe Hillfox as well. Social media, it's VDJ Jayesh on all social media platforms, standing for Video DJ Jayesh, not virtual DJ. Yeah, VDJ Jayesh on all social media platforms. Hit me up. Bookings, advice, anything, hit me up. I'm always available.